What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's show. We are talking about moving out of lockdown and into our next phase of training. Unity Gym is officially open today, and we've also got phase 4 at-home workouts coming at you for those people still doing the live workouts. So stick around to hear what you should be doing. Hey everyone, in case we haven't met, my name's Rad Burmeister. I'm one of the co-founders of Unity Gym and co-creators of the UMS, the Unified Movement System, where we turn driven people into superhumans. If you want to know how we do that, you can grab one of our free blueprints, the Strength Blueprint, Flexibility Blueprint, or Nutrition Blueprint. There's a link in the description of this video for all of them. Today, we're really talking about, what's going on for everyone. We've got this amazing online community. We've just released Phase 4 at-home workouts, and we've got our gym members that are back in the gym. So how's it going to look for all of you? I'm also going to answer a couple of good questions. We've had some good question from Simon Schultz and also from Connor O'Shea, two of our online coaching members. And I'll have a little scroll through the Movement Mastermind to see if there's any questions there. So first thing I want to talk about is the Phase 4 workouts. We've got a lot of people asking when are the live streams going to be happening, so on and so forth. So the live streams will happen this week at 3 p.m. Sydney time. Now, I can't remember 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's 6 a.m. London time and 7 a.m. European time. I don't know what time zone that's called, but I've got a friend who lives over in Belgium, and I had a look at the time in Antwerp, and I'm pretty sure it was 7 a.m. So it should be good for you guys over in Europe and the UK. And we will do that all week this week, and we won't be doing live streaming after that. Depends on what happens with and if there's going to be a Phase 5 to the at-home workout program. And the main reason why that is because, in all honesty, we just don't have the scope to be doing these at-home workouts, live streams every day anymore now that the gym is reopened. I've just come off 4 back-to-back 1-hour classes that I've just taught. And, I still have to do my own training, and there's a lot of work that we have to do to run this business. So, we'll support you, of course, by getting a full week of follow-along workouts done so that everybody that's purchased the program will have access to those. They'll be, in your dashboard on Thinkific, and they'll be on YouTube for anybody that wants to join in with me live as well. So sing out to me, everyone. Anyone that's watching on the live stream, sing out. Let me know that you're here. So the next thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about actually a little bit about the Phase 4 at-home workouts, because we've already had our first member has told me that they've done the first workout, and we've had a lot of people that have been watching the tutorials, getting ready for the first workout going live today, and saying how excited they are. If you don't know anything about it, go and check it out. There's a link in the description. There's a link in the UMS Movement Mastermind Facebook group, and it is an amazing program. I've been learning about animal flow and locomotion for several years now. It's a real passion of mine. It's something that I really enjoy doing. But we never included it in the UMS program yet because there's so much stuff that we wanted to cross off first. We wanted to make sure that we had a really good progressive periodized program for strength and flexibility and fitness, and basic calisthenics skills like the handstand and muscle up and planche and lever and things like that, before we tackled this. But this at-home training scenario that we've had forced upon us from the coronavirus led to a lot of people requesting it. A lot of people were saying, what are we going to do in Phase 4? Can we do some animal flow stuff? Good morning, Grace. How are you? And so that's why we did it. So it's a really fun, really exciting program that is going to challenge an absolute beginner, but also somebody that's very advanced, very strong, very flexible. One of the reasons why it will challenge even an advanced person is because the movements are considered complex movement patterns, which means it's not just about training your strength and flexibility. It's about training your brain, your coordination, your comprehension of movement. And it's also perfect for a beginner because we have regressions that go right back for somebody that's very, very new to this kind of training. So Simon Schultz, one of our UMS online coaching members, has written a post here where he said, Animal Flow day 1 done. Hooly dooly, what a doozy. Cooked my shoulders. I reckon I have some existing issues as my shoulders felt cooked. Possibly technique. Simon, those animal flow movements are full on the shoulders. They really are. It's tough, but it is so amazing the adaptation that your body is going to go through from this. So yeah, you may have some existing issues, but you may just have done a great workout because those workouts are really tough on the shoulders. So Simon's listed a couple of questions here. Number 1, Rad, in the reptile crawl, the hardest version, any scapular focus, or as long as the hand is under the shoulder, that should be enough focus? Absolutely. I don't think about the scapula at all when you do that. Your body will just do what it wants to do. As long as when you pull down here and you step, when you come down, that the hand comes under the shoulder, and then this hand comes down near the hip, and then when you bring around, you move down like that. Okay, so that's the thing that people really struggle with the reptile crawl. It doesn't matter which progression they're doing, if it's the beginner or the advanced one, they struggle with the understanding that this hand must go under the shoulder. If it's anywhere else, even if it's here, it's inefficient and it puts a hell of a lot of strain on the pecs and the deltoids, and it makes it really, really hard to do. So yeah, keep that hand right underneath the shoulder. Don't worry about your scapula. Number 2, started ring pronated pull-ups in this phase as well. That's awesome. Number 3, recommended 4 or 6 week cycle. I will have access to the gym in Victoria soon. Will change my weekly approach a little, e.g. peaking in week 3 versus week 5. I'd probably do 4 weeks for this one. I think that this is going to be a really challenging program for most of you, and I think 3 weeks of ramping up and then a deload week will be more than enough. You'll find that that'll challenge you a lot, and you could definitely, you could do 6 weeks if you wanted to, but I think 4 will be more than enough. We'll see how we go, and I'm going to talk about the cycles in just a sec. Number 4, he said, I'll film the second cycle of the week. Awesome. Yeah. Show us your progress so that I can help you. Number 5, should I do Wednesday on Saturday as well as per the UMS structure, or too much? I'm all in anyway. You absolutely can do Wednesday on Saturday. You just need to see how your body feels, man. Even if you did a shortened version of Wednesday's workout on Saturday, where maybe all you do is 3 rounds or, less reps per round. Take your time. Don't put a timer on. Maybe don't do the second part of Wednesday's workout, whatever. But yeah, absolutely, you can do Wednesday's workout on Saturday. And because the movements that we're doing, they're repeated Monday and Thursday, same movements, Tuesday and Friday, same movements. So it does make sense to do Wednesday's workout on Saturday because it'll give you that opportunity to do those Wednesday movements twice in a week. And that QDR is a really challenging one. I've found that it's quite a hard movement to get good at. So it'll be good to do it twice a week, but just see how your body feels. And then number 6 is saying, curious to know what you are doing this cycle in the gym for personal learning. You make any short clips, discussion, or anything by chance? Yeah, so that's what I'm going to talk about now. And then he's saying, legends, thanks so much for this phase. Keep smashing out good vibes and routines. Love it. You're welcome, brother. Thanks so much for the love. So, yes, we are in the gym. We are going to be doing, Lee Clements is saying, tutorials are great. Looking forward to do it this afternoon. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm really happy to hear that you guys like it. So in the gym and in the UMS online coaching program, for those of you that are, that have access to a gym again, or you've got your own home gym, we're starting week 1 of the new cycle this week, and we're going to be doing an accumulation cycle, which means for the next 3 weeks, we're doing accumulation training, trying to accumulate volume, which means that you do 5 sets of your primary lifts, and we do 8 to 10 reps. So for somebody that's a little bit more of a seasoned veteran, we're going to do 8 reps. For somebody who is at that intermediate beginner phase, 10 reps. And for somebody who's an absolute beginner, you can even do 12 to 15 reps per set. And if that was you, you could do maybe just 3 or 4 sets instead. You basically just want to get a minimum of 40 repetitions on each muscle group that you're training in the workout done. So if you do 5 sets of 8, that's going to give you the 40 reps that you want to do. So we're going to do that for 3 weeks. And the idea is that we are going to start very light. It's going to be, for a lot of people, we haven't done any weightlifting or anything for about 12 weeks now. So you have to start light because your mind will remember what you did, what you were doing, before we went into lockdown, but your body won't. So we want to make sure that we manage our load so that you don't get horrendous DOMs, because the chance of that happening is very, very real, especially when you do your squats and deadlifts this week. Take it really easy on that. So I've been telling everyone in the gym to lift at about 60% of what they used to lift. So you're really just going through the motions. It's going to feel like you could have at least done another, 3 or 4 reps of the weight you were doing. And then every week add 10%. So week 2, we go to 70%. Week 3, we do 80%. And then in week 4 and 5, we're going to change to intensity training, intensification, meaning that we reduce the reps and increase the weight. So we go down to about 5 reps per set, and we do higher intensity training. So that's when we'll go up to the 90%, and then maybe even in week 5, up to 100% of what you used to be lifting, not like killing yourself. But for most of you, if you have been training for this period of lockdown, doing a progressive overload phase like that, where each week we're progressively overloading, we're just gradually increasing the intensity of the weight that we're lifting, that should be enough time to get you back to pretty close to what you were lifting before. I'd say that everybody should at least be able to finish this phase, this mesocycle, at about 90% of what they used to be lifting if you do it properly. And you've just got to say in your mind, like 5 weeks is a pretty short time. The weeks go by pretty quickly. Don't put too much weight on too soon. Just take your time with it and allow your body to get back into the swing of things. And before you know it, you'll be lifting, the kind of weights that you were lifting before lockdown. Whereas if you do it the other way, if you rush it, there's a risk of injury. And maybe even best case scenario is that you get really bad DOMs. And I've seen a couple of people get that recently, and your mind is like, yeah, I'm back in the gym, I'm going to lift some weight. And then 2 days later, you can barely walk, and you were lifting less weight than what you used to lift, doing a great workout, feeling like everything was good. So yeah, don't let that happen to you. That's a real challenge there. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to answer Connor's question. Connor O'Shea had a good question here, which Yanni's actually given him a couple of really good answers, but I'm just going to talk it through for you, Connor, because I told you that I would. So Connor's question is, hey, Rad and Yanni, I've been very quiet lately. I did a carnivore diet protocol over the past month for some health issues, which affected my strength a lot and also hurt my elbow with a fall. It's a shame, bro. It feels like golfer's elbow, but it's slowly improving, so I've been avoiding the rings and sticking with straight arm strength workouts. Awesome. I've also been struggling with lower back pain and would like to know what you guys recommend for lower body hypertrophy movements that are low risk. We'll be going back to the gym in the next month or so. And then we've got a bunch of people chime in here with some really good ideas, but you wouldn't believe what Yanni and my advice is going to be for lower back pain and issues, especially for someone like you, Connor, who's been training for quite a while, and you are not a beginner. You are definitely in that intermediate category, and with weightlifting, you might even be considered in a higher level intermediate category. So Yanni's saying here, when all else fails, build bigger, stronger glutes. Stability work via single leg and also prone isometric holds. So they're great ideas. But then he's jumped in and said, which is what I would have expected Yanni to really go with, because this is definitely what we've found works. He's saying, but I also believe, due to personal experience, that snatch grip deficit deadlifts are the best exercise for low back strength and conditioning. And then Connor said, I would love to hear more about this, mate. I want to get back to deadlifting pain-free. I had worked, but in trap bar deadlifts, which were feeling okay before lockdown. I tried the deficit deadlifts a few months ago with the super compensation program, but the volume was too much for me. I'd imagine with lower back rehab, you'd recommend less volume or much less weight. And Yanni's then jumped in and said, yes, that's right. You start very low intensity, but lots of volume. So, yeah, I don't think, Connor, that it was the superhuman strength program that is what caused the issue. I think it was the load management that caused the issue. And what you've got to understand is that when you add volume, generally speaking, this is a general rule of thumb, if you add volume, you reduce intensity. So a good example of that is that when you do the grease the groove method, which means that you choose a movement that you want to build strength in, and you do that movement between 4 and 6 sets every day, spaced throughout the day. So it's not a workout. So you do one set at 6 a.m., one set at 7 a.m., one set at 8 a.m., one set at 9 a.m., so on and so forth. And you do that most every day of the week, so 5 to 6 days a week. But you do each set at about 60% of the intensity that you would normally do. So that would mean that if you could do 5 push-ups, you would do sets where you only do 3 push-ups. Or if you could squat 100 kilos, you would do sets where you only squat 60 kilos. So, and it's because you're doing so much volume that you have to reduce the intensity. If you do high volume like that and high intensity, where you're doing, say, 80%, 85% max effort or higher, you're going to kill yourself. So I don't think that it was the superhuman strength program that caused the issue, brother. I think it was the mismanagement of load. So what I would be doing if I was you, I would be in the least, I would be doing the snatch grip deficit deadlift, but starting at a really light weight, like, like 40% of what you could lift, and doing high volume, like doing sets of, like what we do in the superhuman strength program. I can't remember how many reps it is per set. I think it's 6 reps per set with a 5-second eccentric or something like that, but you're doing like 10 sets. And I would start with doing that twice a week and see how you go from there. Yanni, if you're on the show here, can you chime in and please let me know what you think about that. That's what I would do. That's what we've found works really well. And it's really about, like, most of the time, lower back pain comes from a lack of strength in the glutes and the lumbar extensors. That's most of the time what it comes from. It can also come, like for me, with my pars defect and spondylolisthesis, there was also a little bit of flexibility that I needed to develop in the hip flexors, and also, a bit of foam rolling or physio ball in the glutes. But that's generally what we've found works. So give that a try, Connor, and hopefully that is, that's gonna sort you out. Again, man, it's all just about that load management, right? Like people have chimed in here saying, do single leg stuff, do unilateral work, which is a good solution sometimes, but I would only prescribe that for someone like you that's been training for as long as you have. If there is a clear imbalance from left to right side, like if you can really feel that you have, more than a 2 rep imbalance, like when you do strength testing, if there's more than 2 reps difference from left to right on the split squat or the step up, then I would prescribe unilateral work. But otherwise, for your case, I'd be doing what Yanni and I have just said there. So hope that helps. Hope that answers your question, and I hope that sheds some light for all of you on what's going on and on what we're doing. We've got, for those of you that haven't jumped on it already yet, you've got a little bit over 24 hours. I think you've got about 30 hours left that you can grab the Phase 4 at-home workouts, the Animal Flow program at a discounted rate. So I really hope you guys jump on that, because I can tell you right now, for some of you, even if you feel that this program isn't what you want to do right now, just having it there on your dashboard to be able to go and do at some stage in the future is going to be valuable, because it will go to the regular price in 30 hours and you'll miss your opportunity to get it at the introduction discounted price. And yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I will see you, I'll see you this afternoon at 3 p.m. for those for the at-home workout, for the Animal Flow workout. I'll be doing it live at 3 p.m. Have a great day, everyone. See you soon.
Health is about performance, not just body image.
You better be willing to accept what you're going to have to do to get there.
We'll start focusing on movement goals, strength goals, flexibility goals.
When you nail that skill, it's there forever.
The body image goal doesn't get you that
It's
far.
the consistency and frequency that's going to get you there. It's not the intensity.
There's no shortcuts to mastery and movement. Destination doesn't change overnight, but your direction will.
The gym is not the place to beat up the body that you hate. It's the place to build the body that you love.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image. We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.